Are you interested in powder coating your frame? There's a lot of things that could happen, from overheating your paint, overheating your frame, not getting good coverage, painting too many different holes that aren't supposed to be painted, painting threads or anything like that. So I'm gonna tell you how you can get your frame powder coated and get it the right color. So if you want your frame powder coated, all you gotta do is box up your frame, ship it to us, we'll powder coat it and ship it back to you. Obviously you would have to pay for the color and you would have to pay for the shipping back to you. But we can do tons and tons of colors, almost anything that you can imagine. We have a website that you can go to, select the color, and pick out almost anything you want. Most frames are gonna be $150 for basic colors like black, white, red, blue, anything like that. But if you're looking at trans, metallics, neon colors, multi-stage colors, those ones are gonna be about $200. If you wanted other stuff powder coated, obviously we can do it. If you're local, just drive on down here and have us do the service. Everything has to be paid up front before we start doing custom stuff. But let me tell you a couple little things. A lot of times people have a certain color in their mind and they want it to be put on a frame. So going to the website, you can go there, select your color, give me the code, I can get you the color, and we'll paint it on the bike. But keep in mind that the color is a little bit different from the computer screen to actual person, because it looks a lot better in person. Another thing that I did mention earlier is that they may overheat your frame and damage it. That is one of the biggest things that I see, because a lot of people take these to buggy frame powder coaters and they powder coat their stuff at 500 degrees or sometimes higher so that they can cure a lot faster. If you stick aluminum frame in there, it'll warp your frame, damage it, and cause it to break even faster, because some of these are heat treated and it'll actually, I would say, reverse that hardening process and cause your frame to crack more. So be careful with that. These are heat treated at low temp, so it doesn't warp the frame and it cures the paint properly. Another thing that I notice is that a lot of people take it to a powder coater and they don't mask this off. So they don't mask off the bottom bracket. Want to check that bottom bracket. See how it's masked off? They sandblast it inside and there's no paint inside of there. You want that to be clean so that you don't have to re-chase your bottom bracket. You don't have to re-tap it or anything like that. Another thing, in the headset, it's also masked off, so there's no paint inside. If you're pushing a cup in there, you're gonna end up having a lot of trouble, or the cup's not gonna sit in there right because there's too much paint in there. It'll actually make the wall thicker, and then that cup won't press in there. The same thing goes with the seat post. So the seat post, we mask that off too. A lot of the threaded bolts and stuff like that are also masked off. Looking inside here, these are all covered up. The little tiny ones are all covered up so that if you need to bolt stuff back up there, you can. In the painting process, when you send us your frame, you're gonna send it how it is. If it has stickers, if it has grease, bubble gum, you can wipe it down a little bit for us. We'd appreciate that. You could even take lacquer thinner or acetone and clean it down really good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually acid dip that bad boy. It's gonna take all the paint off and leave all the raw bicycle. Then we're gonna sandblast it. Once we sandblast it, we're gonna heat it up in the oven. We're gonna get rid of all the contaminants. Then we're gonna spray it, and then we're gonna bake it, and then it's gonna come out in the smooth texture like this. So if you're local, head over here and have us powder coat your frame. If you need it powder coated and your bike's complete, we do charge a tear down, storage, and build up fee. It gets extremely expensive because it's a lot of work, but if you want the cheapest and the best deal, bring in your frame only. If you have cups or any bottom bracket or anything that needs to be taken out, we can charge you a little bit extra to take those out before we powder coat them, store them here, and then install them or give them back to you when the frame comes back in. But that's how you can powder coat your frame. Thanks for watching.